podcast can be found on iTunes and Spotify. Hit that subscribe button, guys. If you're watching us on YouTube, welcome to the first annual GOAT Squad draft. Tonight, we are holding a live snake-style fantasy draft of all of the best basketball players in the world, past and present, using modern NBA rules. Each of us here is going to create our very own greatest starting five alongside a great six-man. So who has the best squad, guys? That, my friends, will be voted by you. So all 10 teams here, you're going to create a team, and then we're going to throw it into a giant single elimination bracket, and Twitter will vote on who has the best starting five and six-man in NBA history. Leading us off today is my man Tiago. Follow him on Twitter at TScabia. He is officially on the clock with the number one overall pick. Tiago, tell us a little about yourself and give us that pick, baby.
Yeah, man. So first of all, thanks for organizing this. This is an awesome idea. And I've been tanking for a long time. You know, a couple of losing seasons, finally able to get that first round pick. So I'm excited about that. Finally paying off all those losses. But yeah, I'm excited to pick. And with the first pick in the draft, you know, you're talking about modern NBA, right? So that's the name of the game here. So I want a guy who can dribble the ball. I want a guy who can shoot the ball. I want a guy who can defend all five positions. I want a guy who can protect the rim. I want a guy who can do it all. And that guy's Shake Milton. No, I'm just joking.
Lock it in.
I got it. All apologists to the Last Dance enthusiasts. I got to go with my man, LeBron James, man. He's the guy when you talk about the modern NBA, starts and ends with LeBron. So he's definitely my number one pick.
All right. Awesome. LeBron is off the board, guys. And next up, we've got my man JR. Follow him on Twitter. He is at John Russell 215, one of my co-hosts for the Party on Broad podcast. JR, how you doing? Tell us a little about yourself. Who you think?
Yo, Tiago, what are you doing taking LeBron on? Oh, my God, this is Christmas.
Listen, man, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
This is Christmas in July over here. No, but in all seriousness, we'll take the GOAT. You can follow me on the Blurred Lines. It's a new podcast brought out by the Painted Lines. Thank you to Bryant for letting me do that. But without further ado, I can't believe you slipped to number 2. It's the greatest of all time, number 23, Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan is off the board. Here we go, guys. Excellent job, JR. Next up, we have my man Dan. Check him out on Twitter at DDanMurphyY. Dan, tell us a little about yourself and who are you going to take with that number 3 pick?
First off, thanks for having me. Once again, my name is Dan Murphy, first-time contributor to the Painted Lines, long-time Painted Lines enthusiast. Just glad to be here. Thanks for having me. With the 3rd pick, I'm going to go with, and I actually prepared for this, number 33 used to line up at center for the Milwaukee Bucks. Nobody's ever scored more points. Nobody has more MVPs than Mr. Lou Alcindor, a.k.a. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Book it.
Kareem is off the board. Here we go. All right, so stay with me here. I'm doing multiple things on my end. I'm updating our Google sheet here of all of our selections. So Kareem is off the board. And next up, I have our co-host of the Party on Broad podcast. No, I'm sorry. We have Joey D. My bad. Sorry.
I see you.
Threw me off a little bit. Let's go. We got my man Joey. Check him out on Twitter at JoeyD_6. Tell us a little about yourself, Joey. And where are you going?
Was good. So, I tried to tank for the top pick, but had to slip to number 4, so I had to settle with that. With the 4th pick, this might be a shocker, seeing who's still on the board, but I'm going with the greatest point guard in the history of the game, Magic Johnson, the heart and soul of the Showtime Lakers, led the league in assists 4 times and averaged an NBA record 11.2 assists for his career. Could defend. Obviously, his ability to get out and run in transition like no other is unparalleled. MVP 3 times, first time All-NBA 10 times, All-Star 12 times, and obviously won 5 NBA titles with the Lakers, I'd take Magic Johnson, 4th overall.
Solid pick. Good, really good pick there. All right.
Never won a championship without Kareem, though. Let's just throw that in there. Thank you. Bye.
Shout out to Kareem. Facts.
All right. Next up, I got my man, the CEO. He is Bryant. Check him out on Twitter at Bryant Baker TPL. What's up, Bryant?
What's going on? So I won this thing last time we messed around with this. Yeah, Rob loves it. JR loves it. So I mean, and it worked out nicely because for me there was kind of a 5-man tier here at the top, a 2-man tier. Let's be honest, with LeBron and MJ. But then 5-man after that, with 3 Lakers in my opinion, and 2 of them just went, and the 5th one, in my opinion, being the late Kobe Bryant, and that will be my selection here at number 5.
All right, Kobe is off the board. All right, let's check him off. I have a feeling that's going to get a lot of votes. Just a hunch. All right.
I kind of know how to work the Twitter community, as proven last time.
It did. It worked very well for Bryant last time. Next up, I believe we have Mr. Mike Small. Check him out on Twitter at Real Mike Small. Check out the Killing Me Smalls podcast. What's going on, Mike?
What is up, guys? I'm fairly confident that, as I look at the crew here, I'm glad to be here. It's an honor. I'm pretty sure you brought the old guy in to start drafting Bob Cousy and Bill Russell and Al Greer, but we're not going to do that. This new modern NBA game is about getting studs and surrounding them with shooters. Ladies and gentlemen, the most dominant big man, not of all time, that might be Wilt, but the most dominant big man that we've all seen, Shaquille O'Neal.
Okay.
We're going to put him in the middle.
All right. Did we lose Mike?
I don't know, but I love Shaq at 6.
Yeah. We lost Mike. Mike froze on my end.
Hard to argue.
Yeah.
Most dominant player I've ever seen in my life. All right. So we've got Shaquille O'Neal to the Killing Me Smalls podcast. Next up, we've got Rob, the co-host of the Party on Broad podcast and the Madness podcast with Just Town. How you doing, Rob?
I'm doing good, man. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me. I feel like revenge is on my mind after the nonsense that went down a short time ago. Yes, I know. But, to get revenge, I'm going to start shocking people because it is the modern day NBA. It is all about shooting. And there's a guy that's playing right now who could go down and is actually argued now is the best shooter in the game ever. And his name is one Steph Curry, and he's going to lead my team with the 7th pick in the draft.
Steph Curry is off the board. Good pick, man. All right, hold on. Give me 1 second. We've got Harrison Grimm here. What's going on, Harrison? He says, I'll vote for whoever takes the team. I feel like we're getting pretty close to that. We're almost there.
Steph Curry, ew!
I might have to go Twin Towers just for Harrison Grimm.
All right, let's keep it rolling. Who do we got next?
That's me.
It is Mr. Jason Blevins. Check him out on Twitter at JBlevinsNBA. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. The idea that someone who averaged 50 points a game, 30 rebounds a game, and led the entire NBA in assists, and had when the tape was evaluated, 6.5 blocks a game, would fall to number 8, blows my mind. So this is the easiest number 8 pick in the world. I really want to have a balance of scoring and passing and defense, and Mr. Wilt Chamberlain is everything you could ask for, and to get him at 8 is wild. Wilt Chamberlain, number 8.
Go ahead, Dave.
I'm just going to plant the seed with the Twitter followers now that he played against like part-time plumbers and accountants.
He also won an Olympic medal as a high jumper. And yeah. And then there's the big number, which is the 20,000 number. So we can go wherever we need to go.
Love it. Wilt is off the board. And next up, we got my man Kai. Check him out on Twitter for USA Today at Kai_Carlin. Tell us a little about yourself, Kai, and who are you going to go with at number 9?
Well, I'm the editor of the Sixers Wire site over at USA Today. And my pick at 9 is going to be the greatest power forward the game has ever seen, and that is Tim Duncan, the greatest. I'm going to put that again and emphasize that greatest power forward this game has ever seen, Tim Duncan. He does everything. He scores, he rebounds, he assists, he blocks. He's a great leader. Tim Duncan for sure. I feel like it's a no-brainer here at 9.
I agree. I was hoping to get him at 8 and didn't expect Wilt to fall. But yeah, great pick.
Harrison says, much love. Thought I'd stop by and see what's popping. Thanks for coming, man. Love you, dude. All right, next up, we've got me, man. I've got back-to-back picks here. I've got the 10th and the first pick of the second round. Like you guys, I love shooting. You know, this is all about positionless basketball. I think this is pretty much a no-brainer. I think I'm going to emphasize, versatile players here. And I want to start off with big men that can shoot. So I'm going with number 10, Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is off the board. I've got shooting. I've got length. He can play multiple positions, defend multiple positions. And then at number 11, I think this is a no-brainer. I wanted to take this guy at number 10, and I didn't even know if he would fall. But this is my stretch 4, and I'm just very excited to get this guy. And that is one of the fiercest competitors and one of the best shooters in NBA history. He is Mr. Larry Bird. That's who I'm going with. So I am going with Larry Bird and Kevin Durant.
Not bad.
Larry Bird and
damn it,
I really is crazy. Kai, go ahead.
I really wanted Larry Bird. Like Larry Bird was going to be my next pick, so definitely a little disappointed there. But you Deebs, you did set me up to grab the dream. Hakeem Olajuwon is going to be my pick here. So I have
what a combo.
The greatest power forward of all time, and quite arguably he's definitely a top 3 center in the history of the game. So I'm going with Hakeem here at number 12.
Hakeem is off the board. We are rolling, guys. Great work here so far. Give me 1 second. Who's up next? JB. You're up. Go ahead, JB.
Okay. Now it gets tough because okay, I guess on the old school guy. Oscar Robertson, career triple-double. I'm a 1s and 5s guy. Everybody knows that about me. I'm now going to have 2 guys that lead the league in assists. That opens me up to add just a ton of defenders and 3-and-D guys. So Oscar Robertson, we're going to lead the league in rebounding, assists, and we're gonna hope that people remember these names on Twitter.
With some of the OGs here with Wilt and Robertson. I love it, man.
I'm monopolizing the 70+ crowd. Maybe I'll ask Tony Bruno for some help.
Yeah, he's not helping us. All right, go ahead, Rob.
You know, I didn't plan on coming into this being the guy who picks all the young guys, but I think I'm going another current player here. I think I'm playing to the Twitter fam who loves scoring. But this guy not only can score but can defend, and he broke Philadelphia's heart.
Here we go.
Here, with the quadruple doink. How can I not match up Steph Curry and Kawhi Leonard on the same floor together? I'm going to go with Kawhi Leonard here.
Kawhi is off the board.
Little early, but I'm going to do it.
I don't think that's early at all, man. All right. Next up, we've got, I think, Joey, right?
No, I think you got me,
all
right?
Man. All right, Mike, go ahead.
Yeah. So I set you guys all up with the most dominant big man of our era in Shaquille O'Neal. So since we've got the middle covered, I need the perimeter covered. I need a team player. I need a guy that all he knows how to do is win championships. And all he knows how to do is be the second best player on a great, great, great team. I'm taking Scottie Pippen.
Oh, well done, sir.
Thank you.
Good pick. I was hoping for like the small chance that he would fall. It's not. All right. Scottie Pippen is off the board.
That's a lot of rings on Team Small right now.
Next up, we've got Bryant, man. Let's do it.
Sorry, I'm here. I was trying to check. I'm a little bit surprised hasn't been taken yet. So maybe I missed it. But I'm, in fairness, he's probably not the best Twitter option. But the man wins. I mean, there's just no two ways around it. And he's probably, we got some dominant centers who have already gone. And so I will take the Mr. Ring, Bill Russell, assuming he is still on the board.
He is. All right. Bill Russell's off the board. All right, Joey, you're up, dude.
All right. I think I need an energy guy. I need an asshole on my team. The guy that's going to, push everybody to play their best. And who better than, aside from being one of the most versatile front court guys to ever play the game, but one of the most intense, energetic competitors we've ever seen, I'm going with the big ticket, Kevin Garnett, with my next pick.
KG is gone. Right. KG is off the board, guys. All right, let's put KG for Joey. And next up, we got my man, Dan. You're up, my man. Can you hear us, Dan? You're on mute, dude.
Total rookie move on my part. I was talking on mute for about 10 seconds. I was going back and forth with this pick, but I'm going to pick the greatest player in the history of the ABA.
Yes.
Julius Erving is going to be at my number 3. So I'm definitely going 70s heavy here. Dude was 3-time ABA MVP, 1-time NBA MVP, 16-time All-Star, 30,000 combined points. First ever dunk contest winner. The Afro, the Glory, Dr. J, number 6, Julius Erving.
All right, Dr. J is off the board. And then we have Mr. JR. You're up, dude.
All right, I'm walking into my house right now. Hey, Keita, I love you, baby. I'm so surprised he hasn't been taken yet, but I'm going to go with the mailman, Karl Malone. Let's go.
Woo! Okay. Malone is off the board for JR. And to finish off round 2 is my man Tiago. You're up, dude.
Yeah, so everybody seems to be going kind of big. I'm going to kind of zag a little bit. And I want to see LeBron play with a guy who can also pass. I want to see LeBron play with a guy who can also shoot. And I'm talking about a 2-time MVP, 3rd all-time in assists, and a guy who shoots 42% from deep. His name is Steve Nash, and he's going to be my secondary ball handler.
Awesome. Nash is off the board. You have back-to-back picks, I think, right?
Yep. And then as my 3rd round pick, I'm going to go with Klay Thompson. I want some more shooters, and I want one of the best shooters of all time. So I'm going to go with Klay, number 3.
All right. Klay is off the board. All right, JR, you're right back at it, man. JR, you're up. We're moving, guys.
Got it. Let's see. Okay. I want a guy to set the table. He is the logo of the NBA, so I'm going to go with Jerry West.
Ooh, God. All right. Jerry West is off the board. Dan,
All right,
you're up, man.
Yeah, man. If it's modern we're talking, I'm going to go with a 6'11", 4, stretch 4.
Damn it.
He's the reigning MVP. He's probably going to win back-to-back MVPs. The dude is a created player. Somebody made him in a lab. The Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Great pick, man. Great pick. All right, we are rolling, guys. We have Mr. Joey D. Who you got?
All right, I got my primary ball handler Magic, and I have my low post threat in KG. I need my outside threat, and why not go with one of the purest shooters who ever played the game, the all-time leader and made threes in the regular season, my man Ray Allen.
Oh, all right. Ray Allen's off the board. There's kind of a run on shooters maybe coming up here. Who we got next? We got Bryant. You're up, dude.
I'm going to continue the run on shooters, but I'm going even a little taller than some of the previous shooters, and getting my stretch four after I've got Bill Russell down low and Kobe doing everything outside. I'm going to make sure that the defense has to come out and guard Mr. Dirk Nowitzki.
Dirk is a good pick, man. Dirk is off the board. All right, Mike, where you going, my man?
Here we go. So just to remind everybody, I've got Shaquille O'Neal and Scottie Pippen, two great leaders, two great defenders, versatile, scary good. I want to do two things with this pick. One, I need some scoring and energy. And two, I really want to suck up to Twitter universe. I'm going Allen freaking Iverson.
There it is, man. AI's off.
Well done.
Thank you.
Beautifully selected.
The concept of Shaq and AI on the same team, man.
Yeah, I just have to pick, Ty Lue. It just seems to fit, but we'll probably just stick with it.
I love that. All right. Next up, who's on the board here? We have Rob.
It's me. And all right, so we went scoring early with a little defense from Kawhi. You obviously have Steph, but I don't have any real size yet. And all I know is there's a guy out there who averaged 21 points a game, but was also all NBA first team, was an MVP, was a defensive player of the year, was a rookie of the year, and was 7'1" and went by the name the Admiral. And David Robinson's going to be my leader from the center position, and he's going to space the floor for these young men to go to work. So
Soft.
All right, David Robinson, the Admiral, is off the board. Who's up next? We got Jason, man. You ready?
Yeah, it gets tough. It starts to get tough here. I am going to go with a player that I think does what I need. James Harden.
Nice pick. Harden.
Very good pick.
James Harden is off the board. Let me update this quick. Go ahead, Kai.
Damn, I was actually going to take Harden. But now that Harden is off the board, I'm going to go with a guy who I feel like is under history, and that's Detroit Piston point guard of the bad boy era, Isiah Thomas. I'm going to roll with Zeke on this one. I need a point guard. He's a guy who has proven his toughness. I mean, that 25-point quarter he had in the 88 finals against the Lakers while playing on a gimpy ankle, and then winning finals MVP the next year, leading Detroit to a title, I thought was impressive as hell. I need a point guard, so I'm going to roll with Zeke. I'm going to roll with Isiah Thomas with this pick.
Isiah Thomas is off the board. All right, so I've got back-to-back picks here. Right now, my squad is Kevin Durant and Larry Bird. I really want to pencil in Larry Bird as my stretch four there. I think that is unbeatable, and I need a guy that can kind of balance that out a little bit. I'm going to stay true to modern NBA, and he's young, but he does everything a modern big should. He can block shots, he can shoot, he can run the court, rebound. I'm going to slot him in right there at my 5. I'm going with Anthony Davis as my pick here. And then I've got my front court essentially fixed. Where do I go next? I'm between two, and I believe in positionless basketball, and I got to do it. This is one of the best two-way players in the current NBA. He shoots 38% from 3. One of my personal favorite players. I'm going with Paul George. So I'm rolling with guys that are tall and versatile and positionless and can shoot. So, Kai, you're on the board, man.
Looking at my team now, I was Isiah Thomas at the point, and then Tim Duncan and Hakeem Olajuwon down low. All NBA greats, but I kind of realized I need some shooting. I need some type of guy who can spread the floor. So I'm going to go with Reggie Miller.
Nice.
I'm going to take the guy, the all-time point leader before Ray Allen and Steph Curry took over. So I'm going to go Reggie Miller with this one.
All right, Reggie Miller is off the board. All right, Jason. Go ahead, dude.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to take a little bit of a gamble.
Yeah, look, quick nod from Harrison to my man Jason here. Jason picks the greatest offensive player in the history of the NBA. There you go.
Maybe defensive too.
Good job, Harrison.
So, and the best passer. I'm going to take a little bit of a gamble because there's a guy I really want to take that I think fits perfectly on this team. But I love the idea of throwing Ben Simmons in this team for so many reasons. Just the passing at every position, the ability to play defense 1 through 5. I want to run the floor. I'm going to have 2 of the greatest athletes of all time. A lot of guys with the ball in their hands. Harden's going to get any shot he wants. He's going to take a lot of threes. So Ben Simmons. I'm taking Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons is off the board. Next up, we got Rob.
Yeah, I'm in a struggle here because I'm trying to figure out do I get another guard or a guard wing / player? Like you said, Chris, I don't. It's positionless basketball, but I need a scrappy guy. He wasn't the biggest, but he played bigger than most of the guys he played, and Philadelphia loves him. And let's face it, I have a lot of Philadelphia followers. We're gonna go with Big Chuck. Charles Barkley will come in and join the squad.
Charles Barkley is off the board. All right, Rob. Next up, we got my man Mike.
Well, you stole that one from me, Rob. I was pretty excited to grab Charles, put him with AI and Shaq, and it could have been a really good TV show too. So we're sitting here with some of the greatest perimeter defense of all time in Scottie Pippen, the most dominant big man of our era, Shaquille O'Neal, the guy that could score over anybody and under anybody in Allen Iverson. And to balance it all out, I need a distributor. I need somebody to get AI the ball. I need somebody to set up Scottie Pippen when he flies through the lane. I need somebody to alley-oop to Shaquille O'Neal. And the best passer in NBA history that I've seen is John Stockton.
Nice.
I'm taking Stockton.
John Stockton. Off the board. Go ahead, Bryant.
Killing me, Smalls. That was my pick.
Nicely done.
Back to the drawing board here. All right. I think that
fun.
I'm going to go, I guess, more modern point guard. I don't think he's been taken, but Jason totally let me down by not keeping that list going. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm going to take a different point guard, more modern point guard, probably a little bit better shooter, arguably just as good as a passer. And that is Mr. CP3, Chris Paul.
Chris Paul is off the board. All right, go ahead, Joey.
I think I could use a bucket getter, someone that's, Jordan-esque, and he's going to take that personally, obviously. And he took it personally with this guy in real life. I'm going to go with Clyde Drexler with my pick.
God, it's gone. Clyde is off the board. All right, Dan, you're up, dude.
So my first 3 picks was Dr. J, Giannis, and Kareem. What's one thing you can't teach? Length. Nobody will out-length me. Now I need a facilitator to get these guys the ball. My primary ball handler is actually the all-time leading scorer in NCAA history before the three-point line was instituted. He was 1977 scoring champion. He's probably the craftiest passer of all time. He might not have the bulk stats as a John Stockton due to a relatively short career, but I'm going with Pistol Pete Maravich.
Ooh.
For all those romantics on Twitter.
Gone.
I used to love going to basketball camps as a kid to watch Pistol Pete Maravich put a ball between his legs, and it looked like they had it on fast forward. Well done.
Good pick, man. Good pick. All right, JR.
All right, so I got the greatest all-time Jordan. I got Malone. I got Jerry West. I need another dude who's going to pull in these Twitter votes, and I think he's the greatest player. Well, he's definitely the greatest player to ever come out of Marquette. And that's Dwayne Wade.
Good pick, man. D Wade's off the board. I had him really high. Wade is off the board. All right, go. Tiago, you got back-to-back, my man.
Yeah, man. My board just got flipped upside down. I had Clyde Jackson lined up. That's not going to happen. So I need a guy who can stretch the floor a little bit. I need a guy who can rebound, who can defend multiple positions, who can bang with some of these guys, the bigger guys out here. And I'm not saying he can bang with Shaq, and I'm not saying he's one of those guys, but I kind of like the idea of Rasheed Wallace as my stretch 5. I think he's fits that. Yeah, man.
Rasheed is off the board. Here we go.
Throw a little curveball.
Sorry, Kai.
Going small, running up and down the floor, shoot threes. Yeah, so now it really gets interesting because I think I need a wing, a guy who can create havoc, who can do a lot of things defensively, and I don't have the name off the top of my head. So just give me a second.
Yeah, go ahead, man. You're good.
Yeah. So see here. There's some interesting guys I had lined up. 1 second.
Tick, 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 tick,
Yeah.
tick, 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 tick.
Now I know what Alabama feel like. Give me a second. I'm almost there. Let's see here.
Don't worry. In the beauty portion of this draft, you win. So don't sweat it.
That gets me nowhere. Sorry. Yeah. So, man, this is tougher than I thought it was going to be. Wow. You know what?
Hey, Junior.
Wow. Unbelievable. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go with this guy. He's been in the league for a long time, and he can do a little bit of everything. I'm going to go with Vince Carter.
Vince. Nice. All right, Vince Carter's off the board. We also have Rasheed Wallace off the board. Go ahead, JR. You there, JR? You lost it, dude.
Yeah, I'm there.
He gets Ben Wallace.
Lost your video, brother.
We lost you, dude.
What do you say? We give him like 60 seconds?
Sim the pick.
Lock it in. Oh, he might be coming back. We'll see.
Submit a list.
All right, hold on. I got to kick him out first.
You know, we should have had a Markel false rule. Anybody that drops out gets Markel.
All right, hold on. Kick from studio. Kick guest. All right, now he can join. All right, just try and rejoin JR. We're waiting for JR. There we go. Hey, man.
Hey, I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, you lost your turn. Thanks
Yeah.
for playing.
Yeah, no, I didn't. My sister called me 4 times. Like, if I don't answer the first 3 times, don't call me a 4th.
All right, you're up, dude.
If you can't hear, though, I need a big man. I'm gonna get Patrick Ewing.
Patrick Ewing.
Oof.
Hey, Dan, you're up, dude.
All right. Well, I can't get any much worse than that. So, I just took Pistol Pete, primary ball handler, distributor, sieve on defense. I'll be the first one to admit that. I need a lockdown guard. I'm gonna take 9-time All NBA first team defender, last guard to
Jack
win
fucking
defensive
called
player
me
of the year.
7 times. Why?
Hey, Jay.
Why
Hey,
7 times?
Jay, you're not on mute. Where was I again? Oh, yeah, Gary Payton. Thank you.
Oh, that was where I was going. Good pick, man.
I ain't afraid of no glove.
Ah, Gary Payton's off the board. Good choice, man. That was 100% where I was going.
I actually also want to say he's the only guy that could keep up in shit talking during the latter stages of Jordan's career. Carry on.
Yeah, man. All right, Joey, go ahead, dude.
All right, I think I'm going to put one more guard in my lineup to play alongside Magic. He was a lead guard for most of his career, but I feel like he would be the perfect complement for Magic in this lineup. So I'm going to go with Jason Kidd, J. Kidd.
Great pick.
Jason Kidd is off the board.
Rob is not happy.
Dude, he should be my distributor to Kawhi and Steph. That was the guy. I had it all lined up, and you ruined it.
It's a gamble not to take a
My bad.
quarterback. There's a lot of them, but it's a gamble.
It's a tough business.
All right, Bryant, you're up, dude.
All right, so I got CP3, I'm point guard, Kobe at the 2, Dirk stretching the floor at the 4, and Bill Russell holding it down in the middle, which gives me one more wing spot to fill. And naturally, when you got Bill Russell in there, you got Kobe trying to get to the hoop and everything else. So you need another floor stretcher. So I'm going to go with the one, maybe arguably even the second best scorer and shooter in the MJ era, and that is Reggie Miller.
Off the board already.
Who's off
Dang
the board?
it. See, Jason, I need you.
Sorry, I tried.
Kai, that's rude.
Who's
Back it up, man.
JR? Lost JR. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
All right, I need to find a different shooter. Hold on a second.
Let him take 10 seconds. I didn't hear Joey's pick. Who did Joey just pick before that?
Joey picked Jason
Kidd.
Good on you. All right, thank you.
If you want, you guys put your picks in the private chat there. That way everyone is aware of what's going on.
All right. Admittedly, he's not as perfect of a fit as Reggie would have been to that squad. But, and I was really kind of hoping I'd get him on the way back as my 6th man because he's a little bit more versatile. And then maybe I will still slide him in as a 6th man after this. But I'm taking him here in the 5th round. And that is the exciting Tracy McGrady.
Good pick, man.
That's who I was going with.
Tracy McGrady is off the board. All right, man. I had him pretty high. Go ahead, Mike.
Well, I need a 4-man, and I'm not stupid enough to take Kevin McHale because I know what Twitter will do to me for that. I need a guy with Shaquille O'Neal, a guy who has been a proven team player his whole career, multiple rings, great defender, can run the floor and glide with anybody. And between Shaquille O'Neal, Scottie Pippen, and James Worthy, nobody's coming inside. Nobody's going to score. No one's getting a damn rebound. And with Allen Iverson and John Stockton in the backcourt, I'm feeling pretty good about things. So we are going with big game James, my Carolina Tar Heel, Worthy.
All 17 people who know who he is still love that pick. I love that pick.
I'm the old guy.
Hey, he's on my board for sure.
He is.
I couldn't hear him. Who did he pick? I'm sorry.
Worthy. James Worthy.
Wonderful.
I hope people know who he is because he was a stud.
How many other worthies are NBA greats at this point? I'm not that stupid. I'm pretty stupid, but I'm not.
Oh yeah, okay. I mean, that was the joke that nobody will remember him.
All right. Next up, we've got my man Rob. Go ahead, dude.
So I still want to get a guy who could distribute. I was looking to not go too far back because we're dealing with Twitter. But I don't really have a choice here. I got a top 10 point guard that's out there. He was 6'4". He was a defender. He would assist. He even scored about 19 points a game. And he played for the New York Knicks back in the 70s. And I'm going to go with Walt Frazier here to be my point guard.
Nice.
Well, Frazier's off the board. Who we got here? We got Mr. Jack Connell. What's going on, Jack? You said, Jason, you better already have. But you're right.
There's 30 people in the world who think that's hilarious. It's me, right? So, yeah, I'm really happy that he fell because it fits my general premise. Blake Griffin, passer, shooter, rebounder, big body, 6'10" guy, runs the floor. Hurt right now, but
Wait a minute. I got to interrupt you. You're going to put Ben Simmons and Blake Griffin on the same team.
Blake Griffin can shoot.
Are you going to get Devin Booker too and have the all Kendall Jenner squad? What do you got going on there?
I don't care who they hang out with after 11 p.m. They can do whatever they want.
They're going to kill each other.
See? That is not a thing I know about.
Chemistry.
I don't go to TMZ.com. I'm not aware of these things.
And by the way, Bill Russell's going to kill Kobe Bryant too. The chemistry's got to factor in.
Yeah. So I love Blake Griffin, 6'10". He slots right in. My starting five is set. I can't wait to choose my sixth man.
All right, Kai, go ahead, dude. Kai, you're up, dude.
Now I'm upset because I was going to roll with Blake Griffin for my 6-man pick. So I'm upset that Jason stole him from me. But with this pick, I'm actually going to roll with Paul Pierce.
Paul Pierce.
Pierce gets a bad rep, but the guy, and I like Paul Pierce here, so he's going to be my pick.
Paul Pierce is off the board. All right, so I've got back-to-back picks here, and we're going to start the last round of this draft. Right now, I've got Kevin Durant, Larry Bird, Anthony Davis, and Paul George. Holy versatility. Obviously, I need a facilitator. I'm definitely going to wrap up with back-to-back picks here on facilitators here in my backcourt. Damn. Where are we going? You know, the modern NBA is all about tempo, and this was one of the best players I ever watched. Before that ACL injury, one of the most sad injuries of all time. Dude was on pace to be the next great one. With my last pick in the 5th round, I'm going Derrick Rose. That's going to really push my tempo a little bit with Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, and Paul George. And then I'm looking for – I've got shooting, guys, and I've got versatility. I've got defense. I want a heady guy. You know, I want a guy that is a point guard through and through, a guy that thrives in the pick and roll, a guy that has probably the best floater in the history of the NBA. I'm going with Mr. Tony Parker. All right, Kai, you're up, man.
Not a bad pick there, Chris. Now this is my final pick, and then actually after I make this pick, I'm going to have to head out. So I'm going to come out and say that this was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to seeing how our teams do. And with my final pick, I'm going to pick arguably the greatest 6th man of all time. That will be Tony Parker's teammate in San Antonio, Manu Ginobili.
Manu. All right.
I
I'm
cannot
Mobley.
believe you just-
My team needs versatility. My team needs a wild child second player.
That's my favorite player of all time.
I'm gonna roll with Manu.
I can't believe you just did that.
You son of a bitch.
I'm voting for Kai.
You son of a bitch.
Fuck.
I did. I apologize, man. Thank you for having me. And
I literally have his stats up on my work phone right now.
Twitter.
I hate your guts.
Thank you, Kai. Thanks for joining, man.
Thanks, guys.
I will see you guys on Twitter.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for joining.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Later, man. All right, Jason, you're up, dude.
Okay, I am going to go a little bit out of the box. I'm going to go with a European player that people may or may not have heard of. But for me, with this team, I feel like he's the perfect guy, and that is the legendary RIP to Drazen Petrovic.
That's a shooter right there.
Nice shooter right there. Yeah.
That's a
Show
shooter.
my words there, Mike.
Fantastic pick.
Yeah.
I actually just watched the Once Brothers 30 for 30 earlier this week for the first time.
Yeah.
Phenomenal pick.
Thank you.
All right. We are rolling with the last round. Go ahead, Rob.
All right, so I was thinking about getting another scorer because you could always use more scoring. But when you have Steph and Kawhi and David Robinson and even Walt Frazier could score a little bit, I just want a guy that when Chuck is now out of shape and has to come out of the game, I can put another badass in. And I find myself to be very much like Phil Jackson when it comes to coaching and Zen-like. And I don't give a shit if you want to go to Vegas and party as long as you come back and you get me 20 rebounds and you piss off their player. So Dennis Rodman's going to come off the bench for me and just be interchangeable.
Good pick. Good pick. I like it.
Rodman is off the board. I love the nod to
I think you're Rob, I think you have the only WCW tag team champion in this draft too.
That's right. That's right. I made sure of that. I wanted a wrestler to go along with it.
Not sure who's the biggest knucklehead on your team, Rodman or Barkley, man. That's a fun squad, man.
God, I can't wait to drink with them after the game.
Love it. All right, go ahead, Mike.
All right. So this is a dilemma here because I love my starting five. I will review it once again with a backcourt of John Stockton, the great distributor, and Allen Iverson, the great scorer, and the incredible front court of Scottie Pippen, James Worthy, and Shaquille O'Neal. I know I'm sitting in a 1985 documentary right now, but that's okay. They're all really good, really versatile, and can play in any era. So I'm going to go even older right now for my bench player. It's somebody who can come off the bench, give instant offense, one of the scariest offensive players I've ever seen, even though his career was short-lived due to injury. When he was playing, he was scaring people. And ladies and gentlemen, my sixth man is Andrew Toney.
Nice. Good pick, man. Toney is off the board. We only have, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 picks left to finish the draft. Go ahead, Bryant.
All right, I've got CP3, Kobe, T-Mac, Dirk, and Bill Russell as my starting five. And as my sixth man, I'm just going to go ahead and choose my favorite player growing up. Don't ask me why the heck he was my favorite player. He doesn't play for my favorite team or anything like that. But I just gravitated to him for whatever reason. And I'm going with and he's pretty versatile, so it's good situation here for the sixth man. Grant Hill.
Grant Hill's off the
Dukies.
board.
No Dukies allowed in this draft.
The man can lock it down,
I
too.
second that. I second that
Duke
emotion.
player. One Duke player in the whole draft.
All right, go ahead, Joey.
Yeah, so my starting five, I got Magic, KG, Ray Allen, Jason Kidd, and Clyde Drexler. For my sixth man, I'm going to go with the traditional mold of a sixth man, which is just a straight bucket getter, a guy you can just call on if you need a basket right away. I'm going to go with Carmelo Anthony.
Nice. Good pick. Instant offense off that bench. Beautiful. All right. Who's up next? We've got Dan. What's your last pick, dude? He's frozen on my end. Is he frozen on your end?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dan, we lost you, dude. Try and come back.
I'd like to take Markel Fultz. What I heard.
Number one pick in the draft. Pedigree.
I know Tiago's like just dying because he wants Jason Tatum right after this.
Oh man, if I pick Jason Tatum, my Mets are gonna blow up. So I'm not even gonna go there.
I take Johnny Flynn.
All right.
We should do a whole segment on like who didn't get picked. That should be interesting.
I have one here that
written down.
No Sean Kemp.
How about Moses Malone still out there?
Moses was real high on my board, but
Yo, can we not tell picks yet? I got a pick.
Good point.
Sorry. We're trying to kill time.
Yeah, we're just killing dead air here. He left. So
Michaela's still on the board too.
That no one's mentioned the guy that I want, and I think he's the perfect fit for the modern NBA. But I wanted a pick and roll guy, and I went with Tony Parker.
You can't go wrong picking Spurs from that era. Like you just can't. Like all those guys just played the game the right way, and like for me, it was between Rodman and Manu when Manu went. Because my God, the guy just came. He just instantly scored when he needed a bucket. So you can't go wrong with the Spurs of that era.
Rodman's high on my board too.
Question: when we're doing this, are we doing for people to vote on the teams to get us the seeds, or how are we doing seeds in this tournament?
So right, I don't know. We'll figure that out.
Well, me and Rob touched on it yesterday. We had to go through like 6 rounds of voting, and then
this is single elimination.
Probably should go by the draft order.
I can do 2K. I can probably throw them in and then see which teams are overall highest score, highest rating. That might work.
Can you edit the team so that way it's just like the starting 6 and like maximize their minutes so that way it's only the 6?
Oh no, I'm not saying sim the whole thing.
You know
I'm just
what I mean?
saying I can just do an average of the overall rating for the 6.
Okay.
Hey, we should draft a coach next round. Just do one more round drafting a coach.
That's phenomenal.
If I wasn't 8th pick, I would agree.
I mean, I'm single-handedly going to draft myself because I am Phil Jackson's end-like. So I draft.
Does Brett Brown make it to number 8? That's the
Phil
question.
Jackson would make you.
Brett Brown is a lock for number 1.
Mo Cheeks, baby.
Murph said coming back, let him in.
I often forget the words of the national anthem, so that worked out well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see Dan.
Can he text his pick to somebody?
Yeah, just have him text
He
him.
can you want me to just text him? You want me to tell him his pick?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Modern technology, terrible.
I like Rob's background, man. You look like you're sitting in a sports bar. Very nice.
So the way I had my basement set up is so when we bought this house, this was always my goal. I wanted my man cave. And within 2 weeks of living here, we had nothing on the walls throughout the whole house, but I had the basement was finished. I've added during quarantine. So this wall back here behind me is my Legends wall with LeBron, Michael, and Kobe. And I can't tell you, there was a new package coming every day with another sign. I thought my wife was going to kill me. Over this shoulder, that picture that's sitting there was actually my niece, my little goddaughter, drew that for me, and Kobe and his daughter with halos on their head. So I was like,
nice.
That's a great place to put that in there with all the legends. So I figured with the legendary draft, it was a good place to put today. But I'm looking, I got my Super Bowl wall up there. I got my World Series wall back here. It's a lot of fun for me, although my wife comes down and every time she feels anxious because of all the shit that's on the wall. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm scared to go. I'm in my.
That's not her space. That's your man cave.
That was always the rule. I told her, I
place.
said, decorate every other room in this house. Leave this room alone. The girls have 2 rooms off of this room down here with all their stuff. They know keep the toys out of Daddy's room, and then we're good to go. So.
I'm pretty scared to go downstairs after this, not having picked Kobe and telling my son.
Did I miss it?
Nope.
We're waiting for
Yo,
you.
everybody give
Markel
Dan,
Fultz,
everybody give
congratulations.
Dan a lot of shit.
All right, you got Markel Fultz, and the draft is over. My bad.
All right, so give us.
Did I miss it? I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Let's hear it.
All right. Check me out, right? So, I'm gonna pick a guy with my sixth man, a guy that's won MVP.
Dude, just say your pick,
And-
idiot. You already called for 10 minutes.
and he actually won an MVP too.
Ah.
I'm gonna do a jersey swap
Jersey
for my man Bill Walton.
Bill Walton.
Bill Walton.
Bill Walton is off the board.
Probably
I'm
the
so
most
glad we
gifted
waited
big
15
to ever
minutes for
play.
Bill
Wow, we
Invented
waited-
the outlet pass.
There
We
will be
waited
enough
10
room
minutes for Bill Walton.
forever.
Great 3-point shooter too.
The all-time herbal man, is what I like to call him now. So congratulations.
Let's hope he makes it if he's not on tour with the dead.
Hey man, we're talking like 1 year prime here. Fuck it, one game to save my life.
It was a great year.
All right, JR, you're up, man.
Appreciate you guys. waiting.
All right, I got to get I get a versatile guy who can do everything he wants to do. So back up every position except big men. I'm gonna go Russell Westbrook.
All right, Westbrook's off the board.
Thiago wanted him.
It's
been a while, man.
We just announced
It's been a
James
while.
already, or what?
There's nothing left on this board. Nothing left.
What?
Uh,
Plenty left.
But I want to
Jason
go. No, hell no. I want to trend like Houston plays, and I want to be able to space my 4-hour shooters. And there's a guy out there who was an assassin, a Serbian. His name
Yes.
is Peja Stojakovic. Yeah.
Asia.
I almost picked him. It was between
I love
him.
that pick.
It was between
I
him
absolutely
and
love
Drazen.
LeBron, Peja, Clay. You guys got no chance, man. Sorry.
Blistering pick.
All right, guys. All right, let's wrap it up. Dan Murphy, make sure you follow Dan, JR, JB, my man, the CEO, Brian, Mike, Rob, Joey, Tiago, for everyone here. Thanks for watching. Be on the lookout for 76ers TPL on Twitter. We are going to be releasing brackets starting tomorrow. I'm not sure what the order is going to be. We're going to figure it out probably within the next couple hours. But the first round starting tomorrow. Who has the best starting 5 and 6 man in the NBA history? Go ahead, Rob.
I'm putting my hand up. It's me.
Hey, let me give you guys real quick a few of the people that were not picked, which are surprises in my mind. So I think Peja was a great final pick, but some people like Penny Hardaway.
That was
Dominique
mine.
Williams. You did get Penny?
No, but that was my one. That was
Yeah,
That's my
Patrick.
seventh man.
No Patrick Ewing.
He was
Patrick
went.
Ewing went.
Oh, he
Yeah.
did go. Okay, sorry.
Gonna go.
did-
Wilkins did not go.
Did I miss Dominique? Yep, Dominique.
Yeah, you know who didn't go that could really score is George Gervin.
George Gervin did not go.
Kevin
I may
McHale.
have missed it.
Joel
Did
Embiid did not get drafted.
Who got Moses Malone?
Nobody.
Moses did not get drafted.
All right, that's crazy.
On my board, he was number 14 and went undrafted. I think the run of big men early. I almost went with Moses just to have a secondary rim protector, but his inability to shoot, I think, was a problem. So maybe that's why he did not get drafted.
Still
All right,
crazy.
guys.
Yep.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to start the bracket tomorrow, and keep a lookout over on Twitter at 76ers TPL. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay awesome.
Yeah.